Hello, were you seen Batman? Batman?
That's my best Bane impersonation.
Where's the Batman? Yes.
Like, that's all I can do. Certain vowels I can't do in that voice. I can only do
Batman, Batman.
I can only do that. um, Welcome back to Blockhead Podcast number 3. Oh, I just got done exercising. I have one of those exercise bikes in my garage, and oh man, I just got a good workout. And I saw this. I keep hearing rumors about Tom Hardy being Bane. Tom Hardy got chose to play Venom, and I gotta make sure if it was real or not. But I think it is. Yeah, he got casted for a standalone Bane movie. And I was like, fuck yes, I gotta make a video about this. I think it was what are they called? It's like a YouTube channel about movies and comic books. What are they called? Let me click on the link right here. Screen Junkies News.
Here comes a last minute suggestion.
Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, Screen Junkies News, and there's other sources too that's all over the place. So it had to be true. I'm hoping it's true. I hope this is not a hoax or anything. But I was like, yes. Even though I was talking about comic book fatigue in my last podcast. But hey, if you got a good actor like him, sign me up. Or take my money, you know? Because I've been a big fan of Tom Hardy since I saw Bronson back in 2012. That movie blew me away. That's probably one of my favorite movies made in the last, whatever, 10... What, it was May 2011? Let me double check. Let me double check. And what do you call those years? Like, you know, I grew up in a time where you had the 70s, 80s, 90s. Now you got the 2000s and 2010s. Right? Like, what do you say? It's kind of hard to say. Um, oh, 2008. Yeah, even though I saw it in 2011 or 2012, it came out in 2008. But anyways, that's not the point I'm making. I thought it was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time. It's kind of like that generation's Clockwork Orange. Now, don't think, you go watch Bronson, it's going to be exactly like a Clockwork Orange. That's not what I'm talking about. It had the Clockwork Orange feel to it. It had those vibes. You know? This character study. This cold, I guess you call it cold, harsh character study. It's not all harsh, you know. But, actually it is, because it's prison and... Anyways, most of you probably already seen the movie, right? Or you seen what movie I'm talking about. Yeah, Bronson was fucking amazing. I was like, this guy, watch out for this guy. Watch out for anybody involved in this movie. Watch out for Nicholas Winding Refn. Watch out for Tom Hardy, you know. After seeing that movie, I started focusing on these people, the director and the actors. And then a movie called Warrior, he played this very somewhat broken character. It's basically like two brothers that are into MMA. We call it UFC MMA, and they hadn't saw each other in a long time. You know, they hadn't saw each other since the mother died, and that the mother was basically the thing that's holding them together. That was the only shred of whatever you want to call it that held them together. And I guess when she died, they both said words to each other, and you know, and they haven't saw each other like in a long time. I don't want to ruin the movie, but yeah, basically it. But Nick Nolte did a great performance in that movie. I mean, everybody's good. Joel Egerton, you know, Tom Hardy. But Nick Nolte kind of stole the show. He played this broken father, because he's the father of those two guys, those two characters. And he's basically like a shitty father to them when they were kids. He was drinking and, you know, one of those dads that like just either drugs or drinking, and he was like leaving his kids alone by themselves while he's out in the bar. Or I haven't seen the movie in a while, so it's something like that. And now that obviously the kids are older, and he's older, he's in his 60s, and he stopped drinking, and he's trying to get back into their lives. He realized what he did. He realized how big of a fuck up he was, and he's approaching them in the movie that like, I'm sorry, but he's like saying, I'm sorry, but I know that sorry's not good enough for what he did, and it's sad. It's a sad performance. It's one of the things where it's like, oh man, it's sad. And he's trying to get clean, and he's trying to get like sober, so he can prove to his kids, that his boys, that he's not lying. He's not. Oh, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get clean. I'm gonna go to AA. Because with drunks and junkies, they always say that. A junkie's promise. That saying. Anyways, I'm gonna name some movies that if you thinking like, well, what's the big deal with the Tom Hardy guys? Because some people were like, they don't know. What's the big deal, right? Well, watch these movies: Bronson, Warrior. Now, I haven't seen every movie he's in. I haven't seen every single movie, so but I've seen a good portion of his movies. Yeah, Bronson, Warrior, Lawless. Yeah, he's amazing in Lawless. This movie takes place in the Depression era in Louisiana, I think. Oh, it's Virginia. These three brothers who basically have a bootlegging business back in the Depression era, so obviously bootlegging, and yeah, it's a good movie. It's kind of weird. It is somewhat like a western. It has a western feel, but it's not western, because it's also at that time in history where you had these gangsters, the Dillingers, the babyface Nelsons and stuff like that. So the western was kind of already dying, or maybe dead already, like the cowboys and all that stuff. It's a great movie. It was on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still there. And it was written by Nick Cave, the singer Nick Cave. Yeah. Directed by John Hillcoat, who's an amazing director. Yeah, John Hillcoat. Sorry about that. My phone's ringing. Let me turn this bitch off. Yeah, John Hillcoat made a great western called The Proposition with Guy Pearce. I highly recommend you to watch that. He also made the one called The Road with Viggo Mortensen, which I haven't seen in a while. I remember it was decent, but he's a good director. Amazing director. But anyways, The Lawless is about three brothers bootlegging in Virginia, Depression era. Really good performances by Tom Hardy. Even Shia LaBeouf is good. Not that he's not good, but Shia LaBeouf, he's kind of like acting weird, and he makes these videos that do it. Yeah, Guy Pearce is good. I love Guy Pearce in Lawless. This weird, like, I think he's the FBI. He's one of those higher ups, FBI guys, or G-men. But he's weird. He has this obsessive compulsive disorder. Extreme obsessive compulsive disorder. Everything has to be clean, and his hairstyle is very, like, he had that part in his hair. I have to show a picture or something, but go check it out for yourself. But he's a very, I don't know, that dude doesn't get enough credit in the film world. I swear to God, Guy Pearce. And go check out Memento. He's good in that too. Anyways, but he plays this really obsessive. Everything has to be clean. He's wearing gloves. He doesn't want to touch people. Kind of a G-man, but he's corrupt. And Jessica Chastain is fucking gorgeous, but she's good in this movie too. But yeah, a great movie all around. Decent movie. Also, I want to talk about let's see. Obviously, The Dark Knight Rises. People hate it. Some people loved it. I loved it, even though I'm aware of its flaws. I'm aware of the problems with that movie. But I still loved it. That's the one out of the three Nolan Batman movies that I can watch the most. I think The Dark Knight wasn't that perfect as people made it out to be. Almost perfect. But yeah, I really love that character Bane. I just can't keep my eyes off of him. Now, not in that way you're thinking, yeah, because of his voice. And then, like, instead of doing a lot of dialogue and stuff, he just put that the part where he puts his hand on that guy's shoulder and he goes, "Do you feel in charge?" That's all he has to do. That's all he has to do to be imposing. Because the last movie, you had Joker, who had all these these sentences and stuff, which was great. Because obviously Joker's not a buff guy. He's a regular dude. But I feel like in the next, like, obviously, I guess Christopher Nolan wanted to go the different route the next movie and have a big guy, but he doesn't have to say a lot to show that he's fucking menacing. Because Bane does not have to say all these these like Hannibal Lecter type of things to show that he's smart and you can break your neck. I don't know. That's just my take on it. But yeah, there's certain scenes like that, and then that voice, that old timey voice, almost like Sean Connery.
You're Batman, Batman.
Like, I love it. I couldn't keep my eyes off this guy in this movie. And of course, everybody already talked about it. Everybody knows about the movie, so there's no point in talking about it even more. But yeah, I love that one. And then we call Locke. Now this one's kind of hard to recommend because it's a good movie. It's just that the whole movie takes place in a car. Because Tom plays this dude who's in this tough predicament. That you can see yourself in this predicament basically. This can happen to anybody. But I'll tell you right now, the whole movie takes place in the car. He has one of those fancy cars that has the Bluetooth and he can talk while he's driving. That's the whole movie. And it sounds kind of dumb, but it's really good. Basically, this regular 9 to 5 Joe in this predicament. Now, I don't want to say because it's not really a big. It is a big deal in the movie. It's not, but it's not like a Hitchcock. Oh, you find out this is the killer at the end. It's not like that. But this guy's in this predicament. This normal 9 to 5 Joe, I think the construction worker, and he had to make a tough decision. But he had to drive a long distance for something. A long distance. He's on the freeway, or whatever they call it in the UK. And he's on the phone with his wife, his kid, and he's on the phone with his coworkers, and his guy's life is kind of falling apart. That's all I'm going to say. I believe it was on Amazon. It might be, I'm not sure. Amazon Prime. Now, The Drop, I haven't seen. Which is the dude from Sopranos, his last movie. I haven't seen The Drop. I haven't seen Child 44. I want to see that. That looks pretty good, actually. But I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on it. Now, Mad Max Fury Road is fucking amazing. And people kept crying about, oh, it's this, it's that, it's they gave too much to Furiosa or whatever bullshit, Come on. But I like them as Max. I believe them as Max. Not much else I can say. Not really much else I can really say, but I love them as Max. I like the facial expressions he has in the movie. Cause he doesn't have to talk. He just had that look on his face where that's why Tom Hardy's brilliant. He had this he can show you what he's feeling instead of saying something, Which some actors can do, some don't. Some people can't really pull it off, Then he's in this show called Peaky Blinders that I really love. I love Peaky Blinders. He has a character called Alfie Solomons. He's pretty good in that too. He's like a Jewish gangster in the UK. That's all I can say about that. It's a good performance. He's only like in a few episodes, I believe. He's like 3-4 episodes, I think. Here and there, like second season, third season. Now, the Internet Movie Database is saying that they're working on another Mad Max. Cool. People are saying, "Oh no, don't make another one. This is fine." Why? It's obvious George Miller can do another one. He proved that he can do it by Fury Road. He proved that he can do it. So why not? And I think that they said that that they signed on to do like 3 more or 2 more. I don't know. Who knows? And he did this other movie with another Christopher Nolan movie called What's it called? Dunkirk. I think it's a World War I or WW2 movie. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I know he's in the trailer. He's like he's in the air. I don't know much about military, airplanes, and he's in one of them. He's like a TIE fighter, or what do you want to call it? I know he's in the trailer. But yeah, check out these movies, and you'll see why he's good for Venom. I think he is. The talented actor, very talented. Let's see. How can I forget the Revenant? Yeah, he was good in that too. He's a bastard in that movie. He's a goddamn son of a bitch in that movie. I like his accent in that movie. I dig it. I haven't seen Legend. I haven't seen that movie yet. I want to see it. I heard it's fucking crazy or it's amazing, but I gotta see that because he's playing dual roles, the twins. That's all I know. That's all I want to know. I'm just waiting for Netflix to pick it up or somebody. Yeah, it came out 2015. I think Amazon should have it. Come on, Amazon, put it on your Prime list. Your Amazon Prime. Another movie we want to talk about that he's in. It's not exactly an amazing performance like I'm talking about these other movies, but he's in it, which I completely didn't know, and I have the movie. Let me look it up. This movie called The Killing Gene. Now it looks like a wannabe Saw type of movie. It was part of Dimension Extreme, so if you buy it on DVD, it'll hit Dimension Extreme on it. And usually those movies suck. A lot of those movies suck. And basically, it looks like, it looks like a Saw ripoff, but oh my god, it's so much better than Saw. So much better than anything made at that time. And it stars Stellan Skarsgård, Melissa George, Ashley Walters, and Tom Hardy has a bit part, and he's good in the movie, but it's not all about him. Don't watch this movie thinking it's gonna be a Tom Hardy movie. He's in it for like a good portion. He plays a fucking rat bastard. Tom Hardy plays a real. You want to see a villain, like just not just a villain, but just a real rat bastard. Like you see on the streets. You go in the streets and you see these assholes who sell drugs or whatever. That's who he is in the movie. He's just this piece of shit that just. Oh man, the things that he does in the movie just gets under your skin. Now I bought this movie like back in 2009. I just bought it because it looks cool, and I didn't watch all of it. Because you're tired. You did like a 11-hour shift with overtime. Well, that's overtime basically. And then I had some extra money in my pocket. I picked the movie up. I went home and put it on, and I fell asleep because I'm tired, not because the movie's boring. And then I put it away somewhere and then didn't watch it for years. Then I lent it to a friend, and he was like, "Oh, dude, that movie was fucking amazing." I was like, "Really?" And at the time, I didn't know who Tom Hardy was, and he wasn't. Like I said, he wasn't the main actor in this movie. So, but yeah, the movie's pretty good. Oh, and Selma Blair's in the movie too, and she's pretty good too. Anyways, basically, there's a killer that just this killer. Oh man, it's a tough subject matter. This movie. Basically, a killer is just going out like a. I guess you call. I don't want to say too much, but a killer is basically making these killing certain thugs and certain people, and it all connects to something, and yeah, it all connects in a certain way. Like this person kills this other person. The person kills this other person, but each person that they kill has like a history or has some kind of something that connects all of them. And basically, the detective. Well, see, I'm looking at the IMDb page for it, and they're kind of giving it away a little bit. So I don't want to do that. Also, the movie has an alternate name. Over here in the States, it's called The Killing Gene. But in the I guess anywhere else, it's called WOZ, WOZ or W Delta Z, which is called, I guess that's what it says according to this page. But anyways, yeah, it's kind of like Seven too. The movie Seven, not similar, not the same, but it's you could say, I guess it is somewhat similar, but it's not ripping off Seven, but it's very similar. But I'm trying to think of a way to describe it to you without ruining the movie, because it's one of those movies where it's like it keeps you each turn, each things that happen in the movie. It's like, whoa, it's like. But Tom Hardy plays a fucking bastard. He's just a dirty rat. I think the movie takes place in Detroit or New York, and you believe that this dude is like a real guy, because I've seen guys that like this in real life, toothless or black teeth and shooting up drugs in the alley, that kind of guy. He did a good job. He did a good job playing a fucking rat bastard. But yeah, it's a good movie. I highly recommend it. The Killing Gene. But he's only in it for like maybe like half an hour here and there. Yeah, half an hour, or oh no, it's spaced out. He's parts in the end. There's parts of him in the middle. But basically, yeah, I agree with this review. Not review, but someone wrote on the cover of the DVD. It says intelligent, thought-provoking, and brutal. Yeah, exactly. That's the movie. Yeah, forgive me if I sound kind of tired or whatever, because I just got done working out, and I wasn't planning on to do this video, but I just heard about this, and I was like, why not just make a video? But yeah, check out these movies, check out some of these TV shows, and you'll see why this dude is perfect for Venom. I'm just more interested in what kind of take like where he's gonna take it, But of course, the as we all know, it depends on the script and the director. If the suits from up in the building, what do you call it? If this movie gonna have problems with the suit and tie guys, hear about movies they get completely wrecked by the higher ups, the executives and all that. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. But he's a brilliant fucking guy. He's a brilliant actor and impresses me every time I see him in a movie. Interesting. Very interesting actor. And I hope it works out. I hope it I don't want to find out that he left the project, or I hope it works out. Yeah. I'm just wondering what they're going to do, though. It's going to be like a separate Venom movie. That's what I keep reading. It's going to be like a separate Venom movie. That's fine, because he had his own comic book. I remember back in the 90s, he had his own, or maybe the 80s, he had his own comic book, so why not? So who knows what they're going to do with it. Well, let's take a look real quick. Even though this is all not really set in stone yet. This is Venom 2018. Wow, it's Todd McFarlane as one of the writers. Is that the Todd McFarlane? Spawn Todd McFarlane? That's right, he did work on Venom, didn't he? On the comic books? Let's see. Yeah. They had him down as one of the writers, so that's cool. Yeah, it's still too early. It doesn't say. Obviously, it's not gonna say anything about the movie. It's way too early. Everybody's wondering: is this gonna take place with the Marvel? The Disney Marvel thing. And I was thinking, well, that'd be cool if it does, but what if it doesn't? Because I think this is like a Sony. This is a Sony Studios production. I believe so. And I keep hearing from people that they basically still own part of Spider-Man, or they own part of the Spider-Man characters and villains. Even though I don't know how this stuff works. I think they had a, I think Marvel, Disney, and Marvel, well, let's say Disney because I think they own Marvel. So I think Disney had to pay Sony a little bit of money to use Spider-Man or something like that. I'm not sure, but that's pretty cool that they both companies work together, and they put Spider-Man in Civil War, and they're gonna do a Spider-Man movie. But if this is gonna take place in its own universe, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know. And of course, the typical thing to say is, well, if it works, yes. If it doesn't, no. Obviously, right? But I'm not all like fanboying out over all these Disney Marvel movies, you know. So one part of me says, yeah, have it take place something else, you know, have it be its own thing. But on the other hand, you know, Disney is doing somewhat of a good job with these movies and TV shows. It's hit or miss. Like me and my friend Bebop was talking about earlier. A friend of mine, Bebop, he was talking about this earlier. That yeah, they're hit and miss, but still, they are doing a decent job. If you look at, I haven't seen Deadpool, but I keep hearing Deadpool's amazing. You look at Deadpool, so they are making some good decisions. I love Daredevil, the TV show, and Jessica Jones. I like the TV shows more than the movies. But let me elaborate on that. I mean the Netflix TV shows. Like, I've only seen Daredevil, I've seen Jessica Jones, I've seen Luke Cage, even though I only saw a few episodes of Luke Cage because I was too busy at the time. I love those three. I haven't seen Iron Fist. I'm not a big fan of that Marvel Shield Agents or whatever. I know there's other TV shows that are Marvel. But I meant the Netflix ones. But I haven't seen Iron Fist yet, so I keep hearing it's bad, or I don't know. But I do tell you that I do love Daredevil. I loved Jessica Jones. I loved what I saw in Luke Cage. I like those more than the movies actually. But yeah. But I'm wondering like what they're gonna do. They're gonna do their own separate thing. If it works, it works. But I don't know if they're gonna what they're gonna do. But they made a good decision by getting an amazing actor. That's one good thing you think of. Someone has their head screwed on right, you know. One of the suits or the higher ups in the studios or whatever. That's a good thing. They picked the right actor. Now they're also saying that so if this is gonna be separate in the Sony Pictures universe, or as you call it, then there's gonna be another Spider-Man. There's gonna be two Spider-Mans, and I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Or they're gonna have Tom Holland do. I don't know. It's just we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, as far as Spider-Man movies, I've seen all of them, I believe. No, I haven't seen. I saw most of them. Here's the thing. I don't like the first one. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. The one that everybody was just jerking off over at the time. Back in 2001 or 2002. I thought it was decent. And I love Sam Raimi. I love his films. The Evil Dead movies, The Dark Man, or A Simple Plan. That's an amazing movie. But I didn't like. I just thought. Excuse me, I drink some water. I just thought that the first one was kind of just meh, a bit overrated. The second one was pretty good. That one was excellent. The Doctor Octopus fights and the casting of Alfred. What's his name? The casting of Alfred Molina was perfect too. Even though I'm not a big fan of how the ending, I guess. I don't know. The third one, I don't hate as much as I used to. It is a bad movie, but they knew what they were doing. But you gotta understand that the executives were meddling with it. They were messing with it, And I guess the director and the writer said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna do our own thing. We're just gonna make a romp or something." I guess they knew that they can't make the movie they wanted to make, because I believe it's gonna originally was gonna have Vulture and somebody else. That's what Sam Raimi wanted to do, Mysterio and Vulture. But the studio was like, no, our fans want Venom and Carnage, and he was into it, but they forced it on. They basically forced it on him. So it's kind of like thinking of being at a job and someone forced something on you, and of course you're not gonna do it. I mean, you're gonna do it. It depends. Actually, it depends up to you. But I guess Sam was like, I'll do it, but I'm gonna just make fun of it. I'm gonna make a romp. The whole dancing and the emo hair, and yeah, they're having fun with it, but I don't know. That's what I think will happen. Well, that's what I know would happen. The studio just basically, you're gonna have them in your movie if you like it or not, you know. Basically. Yeah, Topher Grace as Venom. Wow. Not horrible casting, but he's just not big. Eddie Brock is a big guy. Cause I remember reading the comic books. He was a big guy. He's not a skinny Peter Parker clone, you know. But anyways, then when the Amazing Spider-Man movie came out, I thought that was okay. But now I think about it, it was nothing special. It was meh. And you had a good actor playing the Lizard too. I forgot his name. He was in Little Nicky, and he was in Hannibal Rising. I can't remember his name, but he's a really good actor, character actor. And they still managed to make the movie boring. Now Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, oh, okay, he was decent. But I'm repeating myself. I said like in my last podcast that it wasn't, you know, it doesn't matter if I guess it didn't matter if he was great or bad, because if the rest of the movie is gonna fall apart, he can't carry it by himself. I don't care what actor you can name, you know, they can't carry it. A bad script or a bad direction and everything about the movie. I didn't see part 2. I stood away from that god awful piece of shit, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I just knew that was gonna suck donkey dicks, and it did. It was a fucking like a farce. That movie was just ridiculous. And I heard it did terrible in the box office too, and rightfully so. Cause I seen the trailer and I was like, oh my god, man, what the hell are they doing? Now I honestly thought they were gonna keep going on. They're gonna keep just making a third one, a fourth one, but they probably lost a lot of money. Who knows? I liked Andrew Garfield. I liked him, but I don't know about I don't know about those Amazing Spider-Man movies. I don't know about that. And when the pictures of Green Goblin or whoever Harry was supposed to be, the dude playing Harry Osborn, and I saw a picture of him how he's supposed to be the Green Goblin. Oh my god, it almost makes me feel like nostalgic for the William Dafoe Green Goblin. And that was a dumb outfit too. The William Dafoe Green Goblin outfit, that was ridiculous. It looked kind of cool, but it looked kind of cool, but at the same time it looked, I don't know, it looked silly. But goddamn, this Green Goblin from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, that looked fucking terrible. What the fuck is that supposed to be? I don't know. I think he's supposed to be the Hobgoblin. I'm not sure. I didn't watch the movie. I saw a screenshot of how he looks like when he does whatever he does to himself when he becomes a Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, whatever the fuck. And damn, man, that's terrible. That's a good actor too. He was in that movie called A Place Beyond the Pines. He was Ryan Gosling's kid, the character that Ryan Gosling plays. That's a pretty good movie. That's a really good movie. I gotta buy that. That's an excellent movie. I gotta see that again. But yeah, I think that's it for this podcast. I was gonna talk about something else, but I was gonna make it straight, just straight. Why Tom Hardy is the perfect choice. But keep, like I said, keep in mind, you know, that the studio executives can fuck it up, or excuse me, bad writing can fuck it up. Bad directing. I'm not saying that's a bad director, but who knows, right? The dude might not be up. He might say he's up for the task, but he might not be. Who knows? I enjoyed Zombieland. I think he directed or made that show, that Santa Clara Diet. It's on Netflix with Drew Barrymore. I think he wrote or he has something to do with that. I might check that out pretty soon. But but yeah, I just hope it ends out pretty well. I hope they make a fine movie, cause we need Venom, cause there hasn't been a good Venom anything in a movie, or you know, we need a Venom movie, or we need him in some other movies, you know, or something, right? But anyways, thanks for watching. Take care. Or listening. Thanks for listening.